Hi everyone. So today we're gonna do a 40-ish minute flow. It's gonna be using our whole body, nothing too intense, but we're definitely gonna use the body, work the body. We're gonna start a little differently than my typical classes. So if everybody wants to come to the front of their mat, today we are going to start standing. So we are going to start with those feet hip width distance apart. Make sure that the sides of those feet are pretty parallel with the sides of the mat. Those toes are pointing directly forward. Gentle bend in those knees. Gentle tuck in that tailbone. Really root through those feet. So root down and rise up all the way through that spine. And then take those shoulders, roll them up and down the back so that heart is nice and open. And when you're ready on an inhale, you're going to inhale those hands to your heart center. And we're just going to take a moment here to really settle in. Settle into our bodies. Prepare ourselves for this practice. And I want you to bring some awareness to that breath. And begin to deepen that breath. Bringing it nice and low into the diaphragm and the belly. Really establishing a foundation for that breath that we can carry through our practice today. And take a moment to set an intention. This can be for the next 40 minutes on the mat, for the remainder of your day, week, or your life. And once you've created that intention, embody it in this moment, right here, right now. We're going to start class with just a few half sun salutations. So when you feel ready on your inhale, we're going to inhale those arms up high. And on an exhale, we're going to swan dive forward. We're going to inhale to that halfway lift, really extend crown of the head out those sit bones. Exhale, release down, nice forward fold. And we're going to stay here for a few breaths. Let those legs warm up. You can let the arms hang heavy. You can take them in hands to opposite elbows. If you want a shoulder opener, you can clasp at the small of the back. Let those arms fall over the head. Wherever you are, make sure that you have a very gentle bend in those knees and you're not locking out those joints. And just let yourself hang here. Let gravity assist as you humbly fall down towards the earth. With that beautiful, steady breath. Wherever those arms are, release them back down to the earth. And on your next inhale, inhale to that halfway lift. Extend that spine one more time. Exhale, release down. Inhale, lead with the heart as you rise all the way up. Exhale, gentle back extension. Let those hips come forward. Inhale, back up to center. Exhale those hands down into the heart. Take a few breaths here. Warming up the body and settling into the practice. And on your next inhale, we're going to inhale those arms up again. Exhale, forward fold. Arms can come wider through heart center. Lead with that heart as you come down. Inhale, halfway lift, extend that spine. Exhale, release. Inhale, we're going to rise back up. Exhale, gentle back extension. Inhale, back up to center. Pull the hands and the energy down into the heart. Centering in here. Make sure those shoulders are rolled down that back, that tailbone is gently tucked. Those feet are powerfully rooting down into the earth. And on your next inhale, inhale those arms up one more time. Exhale, lead with the heart down towards that forward fold. Inhale, halfway lift, extend. Crown of the head through the sit bones. Exhale, release down, forward fold. We're going to hang here again. Okay, whatever you want to do with those arms. Maybe bring a gentle rock side to side, or if you want to come into that neck, maybe shaking that head. Oops. Keeping that nice steady breath in that forward fold. Little technical difficulty there. And then we're going to root those hands down on the mat. We're going to take the right leg and we're going to step that right leg back. We're going to bring the knee down and we're going to come into a low lunge. So first I want you to make sure that this knee is right over that ankle. Nice and steady here. The toe can be tucked or you can release it. And when you feel really rooted on an inhale, we're going to inhale those arms up. Come into a nice stretch here on the front of this thigh. Make sure that belly isn't pulled in and lifting up here. Shoulders are rolled down the back. Nice steady breath. One more inhale. Exhale those hands back to the mat. We're going to step right back into a downward facing dog. Left foot back to meet the right. Really press those hands into the mat. First down dog of this practice. Really press that mat away so you're lengthening that spine back. Roll those shoulders down the back. Keeping that beautiful length in the spine. On an inhale, we're going to inhale, lift those sit bones up towards the ceiling. And on an exhale, we're going to exhale those calves down towards the earth. Really activating those legs in this downward facing dog. And then just root in here for a few breaths. Let that head hang. Now your next inhale, we'll inhale that right leg up. Slow and control, bringing it forward. We're going to come into that low lunge on the other side. So lower that left knee down. Make sure that right knee's right over that ankle. Toes can be tucked or released. And when you feel ready, inhale those arms up high. Really lifting up here. Pull that belly in and lift it up. Roll the shoulders down the back. Nice, steady breath. One more inhale. And on your exhale, exhale those hands to the mat. This time we're going to step left foot forward and meet the right. Forward fold, front of the mat. Let everything fall forward. Still embodying that intention that you set for your practice or set one now. And then your next inhale, we're inhaling that halfway lift. Extend that spine. Exhale, release down. Inhale, rise up. Exhale, gentle back extension. Shift those hips forward. Inhale, back up to center. Exhale those hands down to the heart. Center in here for a few breaths. Roll those shoulders down the back. Gently tuck that tailbone. Really taking our time with our practice today. And that next inhale, inhales those arms back up. Exhale, lead with the heart as we fold forward. Root those hands down. We're going to bring that left leg back. High lunge here. Knee over ankle. And when you feel ready, inhale, lift those arms up. Nice, steady breath. One more breath here. The exhale brings the hands down to the mat. And we're going to step that right leg back, downward facing dog. Really settle in here. The next inhale, inhales that left leg up. Slow and controlled, coming forward. Bring that foot right under that knee. High lunge on the other side. When you're ready, inhale, lift those arms up. Really doing our best to create this 90-degree angle here. Knee right over ankle. Really bringing this right hip forward. We're not letting it fall out to the side. Reaching through those fingers. One more inhale. Exhale brings the hands to the mat. Right foot forward, meet the left. Forward fold. We want these feet here to be hip width distance, so about 2 fists away from each other. On an inhale, we're going to inhale to Utkatasana, chair pose. So we're going to inhale, lift those arms up, sit those sit bones back. First, look down at those knees. Make sure that those knees are not crossing past the toes here. If they are, shift the weight back. Don't let that tailbone pop out. Tuck that tailbone under and use these arms to really lift that heart up. And settle in here. Be with that breath. Be with that intention that you set. One more inhale. Exhale, extend up, release those hands to the side, close those eyes. Few breaths here. And we're going to do one more time. So on your next inhale, inhale, lift those arms up. Exhale, sit back in that seat. Gently tuck that tailbone, shift that weight back, lift that heart up. A beautiful, steady breath. The breath is going to carry you through this practice. One more inhale. Exhale, forward fold. Let everything go. We're going to bring those hands to the mat. And we're going to step that left leg back. So we're going to come into a warrior one here. So we want a little bit of an angle on that left foot. This right knee's right over the hand. And we're going to inhale, lift those arms up. This is another one where we really want to focus on bringing that left hip forward. So these hips are in line here, facing forward with that right foot. Inhale those arms up, roll those shoulders down the back. Lift up here through the mid-belly, and don't let those upper ribs pop out. Tuck them under. Nice steady breath. One more inhale. Exhale, hands down. Step that right leg back. We're going to come into a downward facing dog. Hands are nice and flat. Really press into the mat. Extend that spine back. Same thing we did on that first down dog. On an inhale, we're going to inhale, lift those hips up. Exhale, extend those calves down. Really wake those legs up. Nice and active here. Stay with that breath. And the next inhale is going to inhale that left leg up. We're going to come into warrior one on this side. So bring that foot forward, rotate that back heel down, and on an inhale, lift those arms up. Same thing here, shift that right hip forward. Knee right over ankle, nice deep bend here. Inhale those arms up, roll those shoulders back. Nice steady breath. Next exhale brings those hands back down to the mat. Right foot forward to meet the left, forward fold. Let everything go. Your next inhale, inhale to that halfway lift, extend the spine. Exhale, release down. Inhale, rise up. Exhale, gentle back extension. Inhale, back up to center. Exhale, pull the hand and all of that energy down into the heart. Two breaths here. We're going to very gently open those eyes up. And we're going to turn the length of the mat here. So turn nice and long here. So we're going to come into Virabhadrasana 2. So take those feet nice and wide. Really make sure that this right foot is parallel with the back of the mat. So we don't want the toes pointing in. We don't want the toes pointing out. Nice and straight. And we're going to start on this left side. So we're going to open from the hip. Don't just rotate and turn from the knee here. Really open this hip nice and wide and come into a nice deep lunge here. Knee right over ankle, like all of these poses, a 90-degree angle. Do your best to get nice and low here. Really rooted in this base. Our whole side of this body is facing this side here. We're not turning towards this left leg. We're nice and open. And when you're ready, inhale those arms up. Reach through those fingertips. And then slowly turn the gaze and only the gaze. The body stays to the side. Really lift up through that spine, nice and tall. That next inhale is going to extend us forward. We're going to come into an extended side angle. Left arm can come here to the thigh if you want, or come down on the earth. Right arm is extending up. Keep that nice bend, that nice 90-degree angle, and then extend this arm beyond the head. So a full line of energy through the whole right side of the body. Fingertips to the side of that foot there. Really, really reaching. One more breath. Engage that core. Inhale, lifts us back up. Warrior 2. Exhale, release. Straighten that leg. Good job. We're going to toe heel this foot in twice. So we're going to come a little bit closer in this stance. And we're going to open this hip back up. We're going to come into Trikonasana here, triangle pose. So inhale those arms to a T. We're going to bring that left arm straight because this arm's going to focus on extending for us. So inhale, lift up. Let the hips kind of extend towards the right as we reach out towards the left here. When you're nice and long and extended, release that left arm down. You can come to the shin, ankle, floor, whatever feels right. Make sure you're extending here so we're not rounding down. We're reaching out. We're reaching through this right arm. The hips are really important. So we're tucking the left hip under. We're rolling this right hip back. Try to get these guys stacked. Nice, steady breath. That gaze can look up towards the ceiling or down towards the earth, whatever feels right for you. One more breath here. Engage that core. Inhale, lift up. Exhale, release those hands down. Bring this left foot parallel to the front of the mat. Legs out a little bit wider. Hands are at those hips. We're going to extend forward, lead with the heart, wide-legged forward fold. Release those arms down. Let everything go. And those hands are going to come back to the hips. On your inhale, engage that core. Really press those feet down. Inhale, lift back up. And we're going to do the other side. So root that left foot down. Back edge parallel with the back of the mat. Open from that hip. A nice lunge here. Knee right over ankle. Really open in this hip. Strong base. Then inhale, add those arms. Keep that whole body facing the side, and just that gaze is going to look over to the right. Nice steady breath. Those shoulders are rolled down the back. Lifting through that spine all the way to the crown. We're going to come into that extended side angle. So leading with this right arm, we are extending forward. Bring that right arm down. Left arm up. Can rest here on the thigh if you want. Reach all the way through those fingertips. Left side stretch here. Full line of body. Full energy through the left side of the body here. Fingertips all the way down to the side of that foot through the heel. Nice steady breath. Engage that core. That next inhale lifts you back up. Warrior two. Exhale, release, straighten that leg. Toe heel this right foot in twice to prep us for Trikonasana here. Then we're going to open that hip back up. Hips are nice and wide here towards the side of the room. Inhale, arms to a T. Right arm up. Reach through that right arm. Let those hips come over to the left. Extend over to the right. Right hand comes down. It can be on the shin, ankle, floor, whatever feels right. Rotate left hip back. Right hip is tucking underneath. Reach up through that left arm. And settle in here for a few breaths. Engage that core, and that next inhale lifts us up. Exhale, releases down. Rotate those toes. Toe heel back together. We're going to come back to the front of our mats. I'm going to inhale those arms up. Exhale, forward fold, dive down. Really let it all go here. Root those hands on the mat. We're going to step back to a high plank. Elbows are right over those wrists. Bring that booty down. Nice and strong here. First high plank of our practice. And then slow and steady, we're going to lower all the way down to the earth. Release those toes. We're going to reach those arms back. We're going to clasp those hands at the small of the back. Press those feet into the earth. On this first one, we're just going to inhale, lift that upper body up and reach through those arms. Gaze is down towards the earth. Next exhale, let it go. Left cheek to the mat. On this next round, we're going to lift it all up. So chins back to center. Inhale, lift up arms. Reach those arms towards the back. Lift up those legs. Nice steady breath. Gazes down towards the earth. Next exhale releases us down, right cheek to the mat. Those hands are going to come forward under those shoulders. Chin back to center. And on an inhale, we're going to inhale, lift, low cobra here. Press the feet into the mat. Barely any weight in those hands. Exhale, release back down. We're going to press up through a tabletop. Tuck those toes. Downward facing dog. 2 breaths here. Walk those feet forward, front of the mat. Forward fold, but this time we're going to take these toes. So we're going to take peace fingers wrapped around those big toes. Inhale, halfway lift, extend the spine. Exhale, really pull down here. If you need to bring a bend in the knees, totally fine. These elbows are coming out wide to the side. Breathe into those hamstrings. Release those feet. That next inhale, Utkatasana. Lift those arms up. Sit back in that chair. Nice steady breath. We're almost done. Exhale, fold down. We're going to move through Chaturanga. So high plank. Shift that weight forward. Lower halfway down. Keep those elbows into the side. Inhale, upward facing dog. Exhale, downward facing dog. Bring those knees down, child's pose for a few breaths. Next inhale, inhale up to tabletop. We're going to come on our bottoms. You guys are going to face this way on your mat. I'm just going to turn so you can see me. We're going to come into Baddha Konasana. So heels of those feet coming together, soles of those feet. Pull those legs in as close as feels comfortable. Wrap those hands around the feet. Inhale, lift that spine up. Exhale, lead with the heart as you extend forward. We're not going to bend that back. Stay with that steady breath that you've been cultivating in this practice. That breath is so important. It really keeps us in the present moment. One more breath here. Next inhale, engage that core. Inhale, lift up. Extend those legs out long. Root those sit bones. That next inhale, inhale those arms up. Exhale, extend forward. Again, please don't round that back. Nice and extended through that spine. One more breath here. Reach through those fingers, engage that core. Inhale, lift back up. Exhale those hands down. I'm going to come back this way on the mat. Gentle bend in those knees, and we're going to lower down onto our back, but we're going to use that core. So keep that core nice and engaged as you slowly lower. If you need to lift those feet, go ahead. Coming down onto our backs. Beautiful. Hug those knees into the chest. Gently rock left to right. And then we're going to bring both of these legs over to the right side. Stack those knees as best as you can while keeping this left shoulder rooted on the earth. Extend those arms, or you can kind of use this hand to pull in a little deeper if you want. And if it feels comfortable, you can shift that gaze over that left shoulder. Just a few breaths here. Engage that core, and that next inhale, inhale those legs back to center. Slow and controlled, bring them over to the left. Same thing, root this right shoulder. Extend through this arm. Turn the gaze to the right if it feels right. Settle into this beautiful twist. And then engage that core. That next inhale lifts us back up to center. Bring those knees down outside of the body. Happy baby here. Grab those feet, flex those feet. Really press those feet into the hands and pull those hands down on those feet. A gentle rock if it feels right. It's going to be our last pose before Shavasana. So if there's any movement that you need to find it. And when you feel ready, hug those knees into the chest. And then extend those legs out long, making our way into Shavasana. Tuck those, shift that tailbone underneath so that spine can lay flat on the mat. Let those hips fall open. Roll those shoulder blades underneath, palms facing up. And let everything go. Let go of the breath. Let go of all of the muscles in the body. Including all of those muscles in the face. So let go of that jaw. Let go of the tongue off the roof of the mouth. Let go of the muscles around the cheeks and the eyes, the forehead and the scalp. Completely surrender, completely let go. And just be here right now. Slowly start to deepen that breath. Bringing gentle movement to the fingers and the toes, the ankles and the wrists. When you're ready, extend the arms above the head, reach fingertips to toes, full body stretch. Roll over to the right side. When you're ready, use that left hand to gently press back up to that comfortable seat, keeping those eyes closed down. Returning to that nice extended spine, roll those shoulders down the back. And on an inhale, inhale those hands to your heart center. Re-embody that intention that you set for your practice today. And very gently bow down to that God being within you, within all things. Inhale back to center. And with these hands at a place of balance in front of the heart, inhaling these hands up to your third eye center. Bringing balance to your point of clarity. That next exhale brings the hands down to the lips. Bringing balance to your words and balance to your truth. And next exhale brings those hands back down to the heart. Bringing balance to your love and balance to your heart. And from this place of balance within me, I recognize, honor, and appreciate the teacher, the light, and the divine within each of you and all things. Namaste.